But Brian, that was just a prelude to the more insanity that's gonna come a lot. We have come now to the time in our program where Tony Khan needs to hire a construction company because the people he's got doing his handy, I can loan him the Monroes. I'm laying them off early this year because of the impending downturn in the United States and eventually the global economy. So I'm cutting elective spending. I could give Tony the Monroes if he can't find competent construction professionals. Did you see the fake wall?
I did, but for AEW standards, this was a good fake wall. We've seen really, really bad ones. I think this was maybe the best of the 2, 3, 4. How many times has it happened?
But I see every time they keep trying to follow my suggestions on how to make it not look so fucking phony. But I'm going to have to give them some more because once again, they've dropped the ball here. And well, first off, by the way, let the people know, Renee Moxley Good was in the back with Mercedes, Mone, and Kamille. And now Camille's Christmas goose has been cooked before Thanksgiving. She is dead in the water, as the boys used to say, because they've completely fucked it up now. Now, Kamille has her arm in a sling, but she's still carrying Mercedes' shit, and Mercedes is barking orders at her, and yeah, you dumb shit. And so the whole cool bodyguard thing is dead. The whole fucking striking giant athletic woman is now reduced to being a fucking stooge. And the only way they were ever going to get any value whatsoever out of this untalented shell of a human being, Mercedes Mone, was to have some of this dichotomy with Kamille and get her over. And they've killed it. And Mercedes sent Kamille into the locker room. Yeah, you get on in there and clean my toilet or whatever. I don't know. And then she droned on doing a promo about Kris Statlander until Statlander shows up behind her in the hallway. And as Mercedes turns around, she starts yelling for Kamille. And Kamille comes out, and Statlander just runs Kamille into the fucking wall without even stopping walking. Just grabbed her like a bump, and down goes Kamille, and she's still moving. And she gets a fight with Mercedes, and Kamille tries to get back in and help Mercedes, and Statlander tackles Mercedes and Kamille through another fake wall. And they tried this time, they shot it tighter so you couldn't see off the edges, and there was nobody jumping out of the fake room behind it this time like there was last time. But Brian, for one thing, there was 4 feet between the studs, and I've done a lot of remodeling projects over the last few years. 18 inches is the law. You got to have a stud every 18 inches. Or in Mercedes' case, possibly more often. We don't know, but at least every 18 inches. And they just went through a sheet of drywall that was 4 feet fucking. They walled off a hallway. And they shot it tight. But then, when they went through the drywall, Brian, how many rooms do you know that only have a wall on one side?
Not too many rooms.
Because they only went through one sheet of drywall. And you saw the 2 befores that they put up and they went through, or didn't go through, they went past, but there was no drywall on the other side. And it opened up into a room that apparently was 4 feet wide and 8 feet long with no furniture in it and a real door on the other end. They just walled up the L curve in a goddamn hallway. Just so they could go through the... What is their fascination with people going through walls? So that was the wall. Just another brick in the wall. Just another prick in the wall.
So when I told you off air before that the show's becoming utterly fascinating, this is a great example of it. Because it kind of feels like a little bit of WCW at the end, a little bit of TNA at all sorts of points. But it has a certain feeling, and then everything is wrong. Just everything. Here's an example. We've talked about it before. Diesel, Sid Vicious, in your case, Hercules Hernandez and Big Bubba Rogers. Killer Kyle too, I guess, technically.
Technically.
You know, we've seen the big bodyguard. We've never seen the klutz big bodyguard until Kamille. That's when they decided to have the klutz bodyguard character. How many times have we seen Kamille grab her arm and yell, ow, in the last few weeks?
About as many times I've grabbed my head and said, ow.
And how many weeks of TV did they just do all these things like in the back one day? Or is this something they're doing on the road, these segments? But boy.
I don't know. I expect them next week they'll be putting itching powder in Camille's fucking trunks. And, she'll be.
It's fascinating. You watch it unfold and you're like, where is this going up? It went right there. And it's
it's going to be so. And it's gone.